Good morning, students. A quick question before we start. Is petroleum a resource before 500 years ago? Think about it. No, because over the 500 years ago, people don't even know about that, what to do with the petroleum. They think that it's only a black liquid sitting under the ground of the earth. So what? Is petroleum changed? No, we changed and our technology changed. So, this will become the base of the understanding of our first chapter from class 10th geography, resources and development. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं खाद्यान्न स्टडी सिस्टम स्टाइल में, simple language, real life examples and no boring definitions. And the first topic of our this chapter is what actually a resource is. So, for the resources, NCERT gives us the definition that anything in an environment that can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technology accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable. This sentence sounds difficult, so let's break it in Kadhan study system style. We will understand this definition with the real life examples, and our real life example is your smartphone. Your smartphone has a battery which is made by the lithium. So lithium is a metal sitting inside the earth's crust. We recently did know the technology, develop the technology that extract the lithium from the earth and make the batteries out of them. So now first point is technologically accessible. The thing we have to be extract from the earth, we have the technology to extract that from the earth. अगर हम अर्थ से वो चीज़ नहीं निकाल पाएंगे और उसका यूज़ हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, जैसे पेट्रोलियम एंड लिथियम हज़ारों साल पहले भी हमारे अर्थ के क्रस्ट में अवेलेबल था, बट वी डोंट हैव द टेक्नोलॉजी टू यूज देम. सो वी हैव फर्स्ट मेन इंस्टेंस टॉपिक इज टेक्नोलॉजिकली असेसेबल. अगर हम उस चीज़ को टेक्नोलॉजिकली असेस कर पाएंगे देन वी वेट द रिसोर्स. सेकेंड पॉइंट इज इकोनॉमिकली फिजिबल. If the price of the lithium is rupees 10 lakh per gram for extracting and to sell them, then no company will touch it. Then we move to the third part, that is culturally acceptable. In some areas or mining areas, mining products are not acceptable. So to become a resource of a thing, these three conditions have to be fulfilled. So lithium fulfill these three conditions, and then we are able to use lithium as a resource. So the NCERT also states that resources are not free gift from the nature. Someone has to work using their knowledge, money, social approval to turn anything into a resource. And NCERT also says that humans are also a competent resource to the nature, because humans are the only thing which extract the things from the earth and convert them into the usable or feasible resources. And our next topic is classification of resources. NCERT separate all the resources are not same. So NCERT classified them into four parts. First is on the basis of their origin. Second is on the basis of their exhaustibility, on the basis of their ownership, and last one is on the basis of their status of development. So we start with the first state, on the basis of their origin. On the basis of origin, we have two parts of that is biotic and abiotic. Let's take an example from your school garden. In your school garden, you see the birds, insects and earthworms. These are all come from the living things, and these are biotic. Now think about the iron rod in your school gate, that comes from the non-living things like metals and other sources. This is a biotic resources. Now on the basis of exhaustibility, we have two parts, renewable and non-renewable. Okay, let's remember this thing on one simple trick which I use with my students also. If the resource is refilled in your lifetime, it will be renewable, and if it's not, then it's non-renewable. For example, sunlight, wind, water, these are renewable resources because these are repeatedly or filling on the everyday basis. But think about it, coal diamond, petroleum, are they refilled in your lifetime? No, they takes millions of years to be completed. So these are the non-renewable resources. Now we think about the next part on the basis of their ownership. First one is individual. Let's take an example that your uncle has a farmhouse. This is an individual resource. In your village you have a community hall or a community pond where all the buffaloes take bath and go for swimming or drinking water. This example is of a community resource. Now, minerals available in Jharkhand's soil are our national resources. Then, international resources. In the ocean or 200 nautical miles away, fishes are living in the oceans. These are international resources. किसी भी कंट्री की बाउंड्री से 200 नॉटिकल माइल्स अवे जब भी कोई फिशेस वगैरह अगर है ओशन में कोई भी रिसोर्सेज हैं तो वो रिसोर्सेज इंटरनेशनल रिसोर्सेज में काउंट किए जाते हैं. लास्ट बट नॉट द लिस्ट, स्टेटस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ स्टेटस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. फर्स्ट इज पोटेंशियल. Let's take the example of Rajasthan. In the Rajasthan area, there is a huge potential of solar system, solar energy, but 90% of them is not tapped yet. So this is called potential resource. Now, we are using and mining the stock from the Jharkhand's mining area. This we call the developed stock. And one is reserve resources. Reserve resources are those resources we found them, but we keep them for the future use. For example, we got a gold mine, but we didn't start digging or mining them. We keep them for the future sources. This is called reserve resources. Now, what happens when we start using the resources without thinking or excess use of them? So let's discuss on the problem of using resources without thinking or misuse of the resources. Let's take the example of Punjab's groundwater. Before some years ago, people thought that the resources are free gift of the nature, so they use them without thinking twice and use them as they wish to use them. जैसे पंजाब ने यूज किया अपने ग्राउंड वाटर को by digging borewells and jet pumps in their areas. They grow the rice cultivation, which is not suitable to the dry climate of the Punjab. But they dig the borewells and extract the water and use that water for the irrigation. So that now the ground level of the water is extremely low. जहाँ पहले 40 to 50 फीट डिगिंग के बाद बोरवेल से पानी आ जाता था पंजाब में, वहीं आज उसी पानी को लेने के लिए पंजाब को अराउंड 300 प्लस फीट के लिए बोरवेल्स को डिग करना पड़ रहा है. This is exactly 3 problems the NCERT defined. One is depletion of resources, that groundwater is becoming very low, and the accumulation in few hands. For example, those farmers who are very rich, they afford to dig the borewells very deeper and use the water. But the poor farmers or the farmers they have less status, they are suffering from the problem. The third one is the water table is getting low, the condition of the soil is getting worse, and these problems are increasingly at a very high speed in the Punjab area. So the world came together and say that we need a new way of thinking, and that word is called sustainable development. Nothing is new in that. The sustainable development is means that we have to use the resources according to our use, not for our greediness. जैसे कि अगर हम रिसोर्सेज को अपने लिए यूज करते हैं लेकिन बहुत स्मार्टली सोच समझकर हम अपनी आने वाली फ्यूचर जनरेशंस के लिए भी उन रिसोर्सेज को सेव कर चलते हैं, तो दिस इज कॉल्ड द सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द रिसोर्सेज. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू हैव अ लार्ज पिज्जा ऑफ 8 slices and you have for you and your family, and your one cousin came and eat the half of the pizza and left half for the full family. and one of your family member left even without a one slice. This is called unsustainable sharing of the food. अगर आप सबको एक एक स्लाइस शेयर करने के बाद जो एक्स्ट्रा स्लाइसेस बचती हैं, then we share according to the hungerness and the need of the other family members. This is called sustainable sharing. And now on the we thought that pizza is like the earth, and slices of the pizzas are forest, soil, water level, and other resources we need them to on a daily basis, and they are crucial resources for the survival of a human being. So to come out of this problem of sustainable development के लिए हम फ्यूचर में कैसे हम काम कर सकते हैं, India needs resource planning, or any other country also need the resource planning. So for the India is a huge country, and which is unevenly spread of resources also happen in this country. चलिए इसको हम एक लाइफ एग्जांपल के साथ समझते हैं. आपकी क्लास में 30 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, and most of the students are weak in grammar and they are outstanding in mathematics. Some are opposite. So a good teacher is that कि आप उनकी एक लिस्ट बनाएंगे, हम उनको वीक सेक्शन एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस देंगे, जो वीक सेक्शंस हैं उनको हम इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करेंगे, उनको स्ट्रेस करेंगे, एक इजी मेथड ढूंढेंगे ताकि कॉन्सेप्ट्स को हम स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इजी बना सकें. लेकिन इसी तरह पूरी क्लास एक साथ हम ग्रो कर जाएगी. द सेम थिंग हैपन विद द इंडिया, क्योंकि इंडिया में भी जैसे मान लीजिए कि रिसोर्सेज आर प्लेंटली अवेलेबल इन द झारखंड, एमपी, दिस बेल्ट, and Arunachal Pradesh has a great water, but it has less infrastructure and resources. Same happened with the Ladakh area. Ladakh has less water and resources, but culturally it has very rich in culture. So India, our government make a proper plan to use the resources of one state to spreading in the whole India. They make a list, they make a resources available to all over the country. So first of all, we discuss about the land use. Land, we have segmented that portion into 5 parts. First is forest land. The forests of India are unevenly distributed. Somewhere we have a growth frame, and some, just for example, Rajasthan don't have any forest area, and Jharkhand and MP have a group. बिहार उनमें फॉरेस्ट का एरिया बहुत अच्छे से है. Then second is land for cultivation. The land which is available for cultivation is also known as cultivated land. Now the fallow land, which is not usable for cultivation purposes, we use them for the infrastructure and improvement in other fields, industrial background and other things. Now the NSA, net sown area, the exact area where the cultivations are grown and sown. And now what is the difference between net sown area and gross crop area? For example, आपके गांव में एक किसान है जिसके पास एक जमीन का टुकड़ा है, और वो उस जमीन के टुकड़े पर साल में 2 बार फसल उगाता है. जैसे एक सीजन में आप वहाँ पर धान उगाता है, दूसरे ही सीजन में वो वहाँ पर गेहूँ उगाता है. तो ये एरिया जो है नेट सोन एरिया में सिर्फ एक बार काउंट होगा, लेकिन ग्रॉस क्रॉप में ये 2 क्रॉप्स में काउंट होगा, क्योंकि आपने एरिया तो वही सेम रहा, एक ही टुकड़ा है जमीन का, लेकिन उस एक टुकड़े पर 2 बार फसल को उगाया गया, इसीलिए इसको हम 2 पार्ट्स में मानेंगे. तो चलिए, नेक्स्ट इज माय फेवरेट टॉपिक ऑफ दिस चैप्टर इज soil and their types. We have 6 types of soils in India, and this is a life of, you can say, India. First is alluvial soil, in which soil we can easily grow rice, wheat, sugarcane, and so many other crops. Second is black soil, which is in the Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, which is best for the cotton. Next is red plus yellow soil, which is the soil of Deccan area. Next is laterite soil, which is found in the Western Ghats, Assam, and this area. This type of soil is best for the tea and coffee. Arid and sandy soil, which is found in the Rajasthan. And last is forest soil, which is found in the Himalayan belt of the Himachal Pradesh. And you will find a map of the soils of India. And now we have the soil erosion. 3 types of soil erosion is there. The one is sheet erosion, second is gully erosion, and third is wind erosion. Sheet erosion is when water comes and take the whole sheet of the soil part is taken away. Is called sheet erosion. Second is gully erosion, when this type of erosion happens in the ghats. कि एक वो छोटी सी शेप, जब भी पानी ज्यादा स्पीड से आता है, इट फॉर्म्स अ गली टाइप फॉर्मेशन. दिस इरोजन इज कॉल्ड गली इरोजन. एंड देन लास्ट बट नॉट द लिस्ट इज विंड इरोजन. जब हवा चलती है वो सॉइल की एक ऊपर वाली लेयर को उड़ा कर अपने साथ ले जाती है. दिस इज कॉल्ड सॉइल इरोजन. चलिए, इसी के साथ हमारा चैप्टर कंप्लीट होता है. लेट्स फिनिश दिस वीडियो विद अ क्विक रिवीजन ऑफ द होल चैप्टर. What is resources? Resource is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. We separate the resources in 4 classifications on the basis of origin, on the basis of exhaustibility, on the basis of ownership, and on the basis of their other uses, potential, developed stock, and now we have the sustainable development of the resources. India has proper resource planning of the resources, because our resources are unevenly distributed in all over the India. Next is soil. We have the 6 types of soils and 3 types of soil erosions in the chapter. चलिए, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बने रहिए हमारे साथ इस चैप्टर के मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस के लिए, और कैसे इन आंसर्स, एक मॉडल आंसर आप बोर्ड एग्जाम्स में लिखेंगे ताकि आपको फुल मार्क्स मिले. थैंक यू, बाय बाय.